Welcome back. Now, when children feel good about themselves, it sets them up for success in everything, from school to friendship. But having low self-esteem can be a barrier to being having a successful child. Now, child therapist Ezefua Ehia Williams is back in the studio with us to help us understand how parents can help build their children's self-esteem. It's good to have you join us again. I mean, when you're here and you're talking to us parents, we always feel sometimes we pat ourselves in the back for the good things, and then we also want to change the things that need changing. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Good to be here again.
So let's set a background on this topic, child self-esteem. I know that a lot of parents, sometimes get worried about their children in this area. But what are the things that you would say cause lowest self-esteem in a child?
So first, what is self-esteem in anybody, a child or an adult? Basically, it's just that strong sense of feeling good about who you are, that liking yourself. It's very different from self-confidence. It's not the same thing. It's you just liking yourself, accepting yourself, knowing that you're lovable, you're acceptable. So what causes me as a human being or a child to feel that I'm not acceptable, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy? There is, science is showing us largely that how we parent our kids, or how the words we use on our kids, or how we even interact on a day-to-day basis with our children can take away their esteem. It's interesting to realize that children actually come with a very, very robust sense of self. So you see a child, they come in blank, they dare to do things. A little child can talk to anyone, approach anyone, dance around naked, not care who is wondering, is not self-evaluating. But as children begin to interact in their environment, within their environment, whether at home, school, or with other people, they begin to judge and assess themselves based on how we judge and assess them. Wow.
Okay, so these are now the things that, after a while, you just discover that the child is withdrawing, and then you don't really understand, because the child used to be all happy and, could do anything, and then suddenly they're getting quiet. And
it's interesting, some may not even withdraw and get quiet. So, you see a child, for example, who used to do very well. And after a while, the child begins to tell you things like, I can't do this. Consistently, over and over and over again. They begin to lose the perception that they are capable. Or a child having challenges with interacting with friends. They do not feel that their friends accept who they are. So they're so withdrawn, they're socially inadequate, so to speak. So there are a lot of things that you begin to see within a child, or even the physiology of humans, of a child. So you see a child walking and the child is cowering, like head's always down, not confident enough to raise him, or not even able to assert him or herself or speak up. We must realize that from the day our children are born, they begin to interpret who they are, who they are in relationship to us as their parents, who they are in relationship to the world, and how we support that interpretation. The interpretation is absolutely theirs to make, but how we support the emergence or the interpretation they give becomes very important. So the first thing I would say is, we as parents, caregivers, child influencers, educators must realize that our children are inherently good. I think that's the backdrop of a healthy self-esteem. When you know that regardless of my child's behavior, this child is good. And you interact with that child from that sense of goodness. So, for example, they say do not throw away the baby with the bath water. You are able to separate the behavior of a child from who the child is.
So let's we're talking to parents, of course, this morning. And a lot of us, when we deal with our children, it's based on the background that we also have had and how we related with our parents. And so a lot of the things that we also want to do when it comes to your kids is also to raise them a bit differently from how you were raised and to make them better. So we're now talking about raising a child's self-esteem. What are the most important things that parents need to look at, especially first-time parents, because that's where it's toughest. Because you're not really sure how to deal with this one child that you have.
I always say our firstborns are like guinea pigs. I feel the same way about mine as well. So we're in this together. So I think the first place to start, I said, first of all, recognize your child is inherently good. Secondly, have faith in your child. That's so, so important. And how does that play out? Just that core sense that my child can grow. Just the way you do not, what did we do to contribute to the fingers growing, to the eyes growing, to the legs growing? Nothing. So knowing that this child is capable of growing, and whoever this child is not who, what we see is not who the child is. So there is no behavior that is fixed. I emphasize behavior because that is when we begin to take away their worth, when we begin to criticize them, when we begin to judge them, when we begin to compare them with their siblings. That is so huge. It's as tiny as, look at your sister has finished her food, you're still there eating. The child interprets it. What does this mean? So who am I? It's as tiny as, this is so important. Your child does something good and you say, we all do this, good boy. So I always ask a question to parents. So if your child does something good and you say, good boy, when your child does something bad, who is your child?
Okay, but so what are you supposed to say when your child does something good?
So that takes us to praising. So science is showing us right now that how we praise our children or how we praise anybody can actually boost their self-esteem or take away their self-esteem. So what does that mean? If you do something and I say, oh, you're amazing, you're fantastic. Honestly, what I'm doing is I'm evaluating, I'm assessing, and I'm judging you based on my opinion of you. Yeah. So that's a kind of praise. But what we're suggesting is that we should begin to rather praise process and not person.
Okay, so can you explain that a little bit? Yeah.
When I praise process, my child comes back and she comes first in class. I can say, oh, brilliant girl. I'm creating a fixed mindset. You're smart, you're brilliant because you did this. So when she fails, who is she? Not brilliant. So instead of praising person, how you praise process is take note of what led the child to do this. What quality in this child, what strength did this child show?
So you talk about the process. And
so the process. So for example, my daughter comes and she did very well and I say, oh darling, see how much you worked hard this time. Well done. Your effort paid off.
All right.
That is so powerful because you're not just developing self-esteem, you're building self-efficacy. That sense so that
the child can go back and do the same thing.
Thank you. You know how I did it. I have strength to do this. And that is really the core of our self-worth, our self-esteem. You know that I can go through, a lot of us adults, when we go through challenging times, it hits us. We even feel helpless that we can't do this. Yeah. But when we begin to praise process, we begin to learn, this is how I did it. So when I work hard, this is what I get. I have capacity to work hard. Those little things. Amazing.
I mean, there's never enough time to talk about these things because, I mean, I have a list of questions that I want to ask, but, you know, my director is talking to me that we got to go. But thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And, you know, keep coming as usual as you do and, you know, talk to us parents so that we can learn these things and apply them in our lives. Now, we're going straight to Mike and David now. They will bring us some tech discussions our way this morning.
Okay, welcome, and this is Tech Tuesday. We have something very, very interesting today. I'm quite excited. I've got Dave in the house, as usual, with me. Dave, great to have you. Always great to have you.
Nice to be here.
Okay, so what's we doing today?
Have you ever wanted to print those text messages, the pictures you take?
Many times.
Selfies,
many times.
Know, your WhatsApp chats and all of that.
Many times.
Now, I'll be showing you how you can print anything from your phone.
Wow.
Especially if they're Android phones.
Especially if they're Android phones.
Yeah.
So how you can print anything from your Android phones.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get straight to it.
All right. Using what we call Google Cloud Print, you can process any print job, you know, from your mobile device. Okay. Now, there are some printers that are already Wi-Fi enabled, which means they can connect to the Wi-Fi directly. For those, it might be a lot easier to print straight from your mobile device directly to those printers. Yeah. So all you need to do is just send whatever you have from your mobile device to the printer. However, there are some printers that are not Wi-Fi enabled. So how do you do that? But if you're printing from a Wi-Fi enabled printer, uses Google Cloud Print, you still need to set up your printer on Google Cloud Print. So what you need to do is go to Google Cloud Print, that is google.com/cloud print, and look for your printer. By the left corner, you see, you know, the printer setup. Look for your printer there. Ensure that your printer is right there on that list. Follow the instruction, and you'll be able to set up your Wi-Fi enabled printer right from that. But what happens if your printer is those old ones, those older models and all of us?
There are many of us that have those ones. So don't say old ones.
They're not, okay, let's say they're not Wi-Fi.
They're not Wi-Fi anymore.
So
yes,
how do you do that?
Okay.
What you need to do is you have to connect that printer first to your laptop.
Okay.
Your laptop must be connected to the internet.
To the internet. Cool.
All right. So the next thing you're going to do once that is done, you make sure your laptop is connected to the printer. The laptop is connected to the internet. You're ready to print from your device, but you need Google Chrome.
Okay.
It's a browser. All
okay.
right.
All right.
Most of us have it. Whether you have it on your iOS or your Android device, it doesn't matter. If you want to print from your Apple device, just install Google Chrome on your Apple device. If you want to print from your Android device,
you have to still
definitely by default you already have a Google Chromecast. So what you need to do is go to Google Chrome, the setup, the menu there. All right. You click on Settings. Go to Advanced. All right. Click on Advanced. If you search through, you're going to see. Let me show you there.
Okay.
If you search through, you're going to see the settings.
Okay.
Cloud Print.
Cloud Print.
Click on Cloud Print. When you get to Cloud Print, you set up your printer. The printer that is already set up on that system will be listed. All right. Okay. So you set up the printer that you want. Just click on the printer you want to be able to print from. All right. Once you do that, now on that mobile device, you will have to install Google Cloud Print.
Okay.
It's right there on your Play Store. So just head on to Play Store. All right. Click on Google Cloud Print. You install it on your mobile device. And once that is done, you'll be able to send whatever you have on your phone to the printer that you've set up on the Google Chrome. I know it's a little bit lengthy, but it's so simple. What you need to do, Mike, is set up your printer on your browser.
Okay.
All right. Set up your printer on your browser. Get the mobile app on your phone, and you'll be able to send. When you click on test, if you want to send to test, if you want to print your test, you might want to download Cloud Print Plus.
Are we doing any of that here now?
All right, let's go.
Okay,
there.
let's go. Let's show them something.
If you want to set up your browser to be able to print, you go onto your Chrome. All right, you scroll all the way down and go to Advanced.
This is what you had spoken of. Okay, but then now, can we go straight to the phone now? Can we try what we do with the phone and how we get the
all right, so here we are. We have our phone here. We need to connect the phone. So that the viewers at home can get to see what we're doing here. Yeah, so we do this in just a minute.
Okay, so that they can get to see what we're doing on the phone.
Absolutely. Right? I hope, Mike, you don't have something here you don't want us to see. Because
Dave, we do anyhow. That's your phone, that's not my phone.
All right,
don't do anyhow.
The viewers are going to see everything on your phone.
No, they should have.
All right, so when you have this set up for you, but before then, remember you have to go all the way through this. Okay, here you're going to see Google Cloud Print. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. All right, you click on Manage.
Okay.
All right, when you click on Manage, it will give you the list of printers that you want. You can add your printers from that button.
Via that place.
Okay, so when you click on Add, it's going to give you all the printers that are already set up on your system, as an option. There they are. Okay, so you have all this. If you want to use all of this printer at any point in time, you can just say Add Printers. All right, so when you download the app here,
on your phone,
that is Google Cloud Print on your phone, and you'll be able to select any of these printers
from your phone.
From your phone. All right,
directly you send.
And then you can send.
Wow.
If you want to print a test, WhatsApp and all of that, download Google Cloud Print Plus. All right, so when you get to your test, an option will come up for you to print, then you can send those stuff to a printer.
Okay, I wish, we always, time is not always on our side, but then thank you very much. I wish we had more time to show them exactly what we have to do, but then that's about it. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
It was good having you.
All right, then.
Okay, all right. That was all we had for you this morning on Tech Tuesday. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. We're going on a short commercial break, and we will be right back.
Welcome back. It was a delightful homecoming in the city of Benin, Edo State of Nigeria, for Solomon Osage Alonge photographs, which existed before the digital camera became operational.
TVC's Ozzy Okoli was at the opening of the photography exhibition of the legend who died 23 years ago. Let's take a look at this.
I, Edwin Obaseki, the governor of Edo State, declare the Solomon Alonge exhibitions open this 29th day of September 2017. Wonderful.
For the first time in history, the Smithsonian National Museum of African Art traveled to the continent of Africa with an exhibition of Chief Samuel Osage Alonge, a photographer, to the Royal Court of Benin in Edo State of South Nigeria.
Back in 2009, we acquired the Alonge photographic collection from the family, the Alonge family, through which we purchased the collection. So the collection was taken out of Nigeria with the permission of the Alonge family. It's very important because they wanted it to be preserved in an international institution where they knew it would survive for over 200 years.
The exhibition is the result of a historic collaboration between the Smithsonian National Museum of African Art and the National Museum and Monuments of Nigeria. It is a distinctive kind of collaboration that also brought the team of the United States Consulate in Nigeria to Benin, capital of Edo State.
A lot of times since I've been here, people will come to me and they'll go, oh, all the United States cares about is oil insecurity. That's it. That's the whole basis for U.S.-Nigerian relations. And I would argue, no, it's not. We care about these other things. And now we have actual physical proof the U.S.-Nigerian relations include cultural exchanges, these sorts of things.
The exhibition's graphics and framed reprints are a permanent gift from the Smithsonian Institution to the National Museum of Benin.
The Smithsonian is a quasi-government agency in the United States involving 19 museums, 9 research centers, and the National Zoo. It is in 100 different countries in the world. And so the Smithsonian, when you put it all together, is the world's largest research, education, and museum complex.
It is indeed a delightful homecoming for Solomon Alonge's photographs, which existed before digital camera became operational.
Whatever the medium, whether digital, whether original, we are more concerned with the content, the images captured by these photographs. I mean, we see clearly sharp, very sharp contrast, photographs of somebody who was a teenager in the 50s, who today is 80-something years old. And when you encounter such a thing and you see that person in flesh, there's these emotions that are generated. And that is what the museum has been looking for, passion, emotions attached, to our visitorship. And we are sure to get that with the arrival of the Chief Alonge exhibition.
Life is about art, sorry. Life is about art, and you cannot do without art. So we want to identify with it, and everything we do, even in our transaction, is all about art.
His dogged commitment and passion to the art of photography is also reflective in the peace and love enjoyed by the family he left behind.
My father has 15 children, and I'm the 8th of the 15 children. I was very close to my father, extremely close to my dad. So I know a lot about him. He was a man who loved unity. He wanted unity in his family, and he achieved that. We know ourselves as siblings. We don't know ourselves as we don't use words like half sisters or half brothers. We are very unified, and I think all that was because of him and the kind of life he lived too.
The Chief Solomon Osage Alonge exhibition celebrates the role Nigerian photographers have played in documenting the country's history and addressing issues of identity, cultural dynamism, and nationhood.
right, so something smells good, Titi.
In fact, it's driving me crazy now. We need to go over to the kitchen.
Let's find out what's going on.
It's quite a load of smells going on here.
Lots.
1 minute you're smelling strawberry, then you're attacked with the chocolate smell. And I'm so excited to feel like the chef today by showing you...
I directed you.
To feel like the chef today.
You only added honey now.
Don't spoil my
sorry,
mood now.
sorry.
Yes, so this is what chocolate sauce looks like.
And what's in it?
There's cocoa powder, I can't remember. There's flour.
How many tablespoons?
1 tablespoon of flour, I remember.
Keep going.
The third one is what I can't remember.
Icing sugar.
Icing sugar.
And you put it over the burning?
Yes, and that's what we did. See,
and you added honey?
Thickened, and we added honey.
Until?
That will make it so delicious. Imagine having chocolate honey. Chef Tolu.
Amazing.
Okay, so here are pancakes. We've been frying up a storm.
Yeah, so let me just quickly take you through the recipe again.
Okay.
So we have flour, sugar, baking powder. Then we have melted butter or oil. Then milk, evaporated milk, which we soaked in vinegar to create buttermilk. And yeah, I think that's about it.
That's just about it.
Then a bit of oil for the pan.
Well, regarding this, I should point out again that we use oil as more or less the base. We
definitely, because you
can't
can.
oil before
you need
adding in
you need
the milk and the chocolate.
Exactly. Oh, you missed out the milk when you were talking about your recipe.
I just added it now.
No, at the beginning.
Why is she doing this to me today?
No, because we're in this together. Before we came back, I tried flipping. I'm going to try again. Wish me luck.
Okay, that's my cue to run.
How about now?
No, I'm saying nice. Good one.
Should we do it again?
Okay. She did it right.
You know?
Yeah, I'm super proud of you.
Do you want to try?
You want to mock me, I know.
Go, Mary, go, Mary, go. It has to go high.
No,
Mary, what's that? Give me back my fry pan. Oh, yeah, you are playing with my food.
Thank you.
All right,
so that you can have a good laugh.
Yes. Okay, so let me just quickly show you how we're going to lay this out.
Okay.
So we put this on the plate.
All right.
So our chocolate sauce has to go over it. I'm just going to mix this again because it's already getting really thick. So this is literally like making dark chocolate because it has this bittersweetness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary?
Okay.
Try not to lick it.
No.
Try not to lick it. I was giving you to hold.
Oh, I thought you said
she's obsessed with chocolate. So just put a
I can still taste the bittersweet, but the honey gives it another taste. Nice.
Like a maple taste.
So
just add
what are we doing? I know of bread and butter, but this is...
So we're layering it up like cake. So we're just going to keep layering it up. Then give it a really nice garnish at the end.
What did you call it again? Pancake?
Yes, with the cake has been used.
The cake. Okay.
So just keep layering it up. Mary, I have a feeling I'm creating heaven for you right now.
No, I'm already in heaven. Don't you get? The smell of chocolate is enough. Oh, are you just going to keep layering it?
I'm just going to keep layering it like that. And if we have enough sauce left, we'll go around and decorate the edges, or we'll pour it all over so you can, you know.
The chocolate?
Yes. They'll put some honey on it. They'll put our grapes to give it some goddess look.
I'm just thinking of how many calories?
No, darling. This
should be a treat.
I can hear Titi.
Once in a while. What did Titi say? Titi's wishing she could be here right now. I understand.
It's okay, Titi. We'll have our day again.
Mike is going for the grapes.
Mike, don't come here. Just keep going.
Oh my. But when you cook, so heavenly, the smell.
The smell of the space, no?
So how many pancakes are you going to stack like this?
As many as we're able to get from that. So, so basically, let's go over this. We have our pancakes and we have our chocolate sauce.
Okay.
So chocolate sauce, again, cocoa powder, icing sugar.
1 tablespoon
of flour to thicken it,
oil
milk and oil. So you mix it together. Then for the pancakes, we have flour, sugar, baking powder, oil, milk, normal milk, evaporated milk and oil. So I did half and half. You can decide to do full, like if you want all milk, you want all cream, you want all evaporated milk. The recipe is you to play with. You can add vanilla, you can do whatever you want. So you just fry. So when you're frying it in the fry pan, you put a bit of oil, mix it up to like just a little bit of oil. We're not trying to fry plantain here. a little bit of oil. And yes, fun fact, you can use the same recipe to make waffles. Same exact recipe to make waffles.
Sounds really interesting.
Yes.
I'm sure you're curious as to what these grapes will be used for. You just keep watching, okay? It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We're going to go on a break now. We'll be right back for more.